then take in the truth dead in front of you, all around you exhale. Say this poem should be heavy, but I don't like heavy breathing.
Yo! Okay, we are about to react to a poet who has beaten me in a slam before. She's no joke. Free.K, alright? And I think the K stands for knowledge, free knowledge, I believe. She's something else. When I say she beat me, I mean she whooped me. It wasn't even close. I don't even think she remembers who I am. That's how bad she whooped me, right? But I've seen her perform in multiple occasions, and she's always blown my mind. I'm pretty sure this is going to be no different, so I hope you enjoy. Let's get started.
Does everyone understand the process of breathing? Taking in O2, expanding the chest cavity, then contracting the carbon that's been diluted through your body's natural filter. On the count of 3, let's inhale together. 1, 2, 3, inhale. They tell me to breathe life into this poem. Make it come alive, put everything inside my body onto the page. Don't be afraid to be honest. And honestly, I'm not really sure what that means. Come alive when I can't even process the constant battle of circling around the air in my chest. So now I'm known as a shit talker. Voids boxed into categories. This type of oxygen be fire bending. Burning the idea of conversation norms, creating smoke screens. How am I supposed to breathe when the air in the room is not made for me?
Yo! Oh my God. That is how you start a poem. Like, when she told us to breathe in and then she started, like, I held my breath. You know what I'm saying? Because she hadn't told me to breathe out yet, which in a way kind of manipulated my experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, she literally caused us to hold our breath. That's crazy. And then, yeah, the wordplay was insane. Now, if you were listening closely, you can also tell that she's a fan of Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm not just saying that because she mentioned firebending, but the significance of the breath when it comes to firebending. If you remember General Iroh's instructions to Zuko as to how to generate more power, it wasn't through muscle, but through breathing.
No, power in firebending comes from the breath, not the muscles.
You know, but most importantly, one thing she's really stressing is the difficulty that comes with breathing. You know, we know the saying, I can't breathe, that really got popular after the deleting of Eric Garner by policemen. One of the last words he said was, I can't breathe. And that became a really big motto in the Black Lives Matter movement. Let's keep going.
Make it come alive, put everything inside my body onto the page. Don't be afraid to be honest. And honestly, I'm not really sure what that means. Come alive when I can't even process the constant battle of circling around the air in my chest. So now I'm known as a shit talker. Voids boxed into categories. This type of oxygen be fire bending. Burning the idea of conversation norms, creating smoke screens. How am I supposed to breathe when the air in the room is not made for me? Bubble baby, I inadvertently made myself an outcast. Breathing has always been difficult. Exhale. I remember the first time I had an asthma attack. My body fought me. It threw its dukes up and said that we need a break from breathing. My lungs dropped to my hips. I lost my sight. My knees buckled that day, and let's just say I haven't really stood upright since until I made poetry my lungs.
Yo.
But now, my lungs are collapsing. I don't know CPR. I can't predict reaction. Inhale. How do I make this poem come alive for you when you're already dead inside? Nor are you looking to get back in touch with who you are. Rather breathe in smog than take in the truth dead in front of you, all around you exhale. Say this poem should be heavy, but I don't like heavy breathing.
Breathe. Now, just do.
Yo. Free is different. I don't think y'all understand. If you a poet, you catch in the double entendres, the deeper meanings. But hopefully, even if you're not, you can appreciate just like the verbal gymnastics. You know what I'm saying? Ah, dang. Yeah, from strictly a writing standpoint, I'm very impressed. But more importantly, from the significance, like the actual meaning, the root of what she's trying to say, poetry was like that for me too. It gave me my lungs. Poetry is my lungs, you know? Put life into me, gave me the breath I need to articulate what I mean to speak. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this hits deep. I know a poet who I'm actually going to show this to. Yeah, I think they need it. So let's keep going.
I don't like heavy breathing. I get winded. I feel faint. My pipes seem rusty. These hard gulps to remind me of that time that I almost drowned in Somerville Lake. How do I make this poem breathe when I'm down on bended knee? My back is cracked, esophagus pressed to the back. I'm gasping for your understanding. I'm gasping for the parallel vertical airs of my larynx to finally be open. I'm gasping for air. Inhale. Everybody wants to talk about breathing life, but never check to see if the oxygen levels are right. Is the amount of carbon compatible? What if I want to breathe death into my poems? Let every poem mean the funeral of a broken habit. Pull away from the shock, say defibrillator, and let my heart fade out like my favorite song until finally, I'll be able to exhale peacefully. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, stop it. Right. You gotta stop. You know what?
Yo. Heat. Straight up heat. Don't play with me. Nah. And it's real crazy how artists oftentimes will be afflicted with some kind of condition that will combat their ability to perform, right? She mentioned having asthma. That's one of the last things you want as a poet. You need to breathe. You know what I'm saying? In order to spit, I mean, you need to breathe in general to live, but even outside of that, you need to have a pretty good lung capacity. Of all things for her to have, like, she definitely doesn't want that as a poet. You feel me? Dang. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I mean, look at her go, man. She look at her. I really hope you all enjoyed. I definitely did. More stuff like this coming soon. So if you like spoken word reactions, definitely subscribe. All right, subscribe, as in subscribe. Okay. All right. And I'm out. Deuces.